Laura here. I'm here today to do my top 5 Wednesday, and this is the top, I think it's 6, well, it's technically supposed to be 5 books, but I just had to add another book in here. Top 6 books that I want to read before the end of the year. I am definitely going to do the mid-year freakout tag. I just haven't had enough time to actually sit down and make it. So these are some of the books that I desperately want to read before the end of the year. Some of these actually come out next year, but I just want to check them off my list. The first one, I have heard 2 different people, Reagan and Corey from Owl Crate, that have raved about The Burning Maze. So I really need to read it. So hopefully after I finish reading The Unexpected Everything, which is my book club book, I will start re-listening to The Dark Prophecy and then start this. I have heard I have no idea what happens, but I've heard really good things about it from everyone that I've heard, and I really want to read it. And I also want to read it in a time frame that, like, by next year I could reread this if needed. But I've heard incredible things about it, so I'm really excited to dive into it and see what all the hype's about. I normally love Rick Riordan's books, but this series is becoming probably one of my favorites. I love all the cameos that we're getting, and if I recall right, a certain furry character returns in this book, so yeah. This is one that actually does not come out until January, but it is a Bloomsbury read, and it's A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer. This comes out January 29th in 2019, but it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that's really all that I know about it. It's when a kingdom is cursed, love must bloom in the darkest of places. Sounds great. It is huge. Definitely want to get to this, so hopefully I'll get to read this before January, before the end of the year for sure, but I don't know anything about this. I feel like this is a book where, like, a girl gets sucked into another world, maybe? But I don't want to know too much about it. I'm going to try to avoid reading synopses if I can, but it sounds really good, so hopefully I get to read this soon. Book is another older book that I know that book 2 is coming out in January, so I want to read The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I've heard really good things about this book, to be really honest. It actually is signed to me, this arc, so I just never got around to reading it. But I've heard really good things about it, and I love reading books from own voices when they write about their own cultures, because I think I learned so much about that. But it's definitely a fantasy book, and I think it's a book about a girl where, like, there is no beauty without their blood. I think that they're the ones that create the beauty in their society, I think. But yeah, it sounds really good. Again, these books are kind of large, so that's probably why I probably won't read them over the summer, but in the fall, I'm coming for you. The next is, I talked about this book a lot, but it's The Art of Losing by Lizzie Mason. This comes out in January of 2019. It's definitely a harsher contemporary. It's about a girl. Her boyfriend and her sister wind up making out at a party, and after that, her boyfriend, who is a little bit drunk, gets behind the wheel, and him and the sister get into a car accident. When the sister wakes up, she has no remembrance of what happened, and she's kind of, Harley's kind of dealing with the aftermath of that, and a boy next door moves in, and she has to deal with her own demons, but also her ex-boyfriend's demons, who she is now an alcoholic. Sounds really, really hard and really, really emotional. I will definitely be diving into this summer, maybe even next month, but I definitely want to read it soon. The last book, I will admit, it is kind of because of Jimmy Fallon. He decided to do a book club this summer, and I love a good book club, and he chose Children of Blood and Bone by Tony Aniami. I do have this book signed for me. I got an arc of it at New York City Comic Con last year. So, yeah, I need to read this because I want to be able to read the next one next year, and I have a gut feeling there might be arcs at New York City Comic Con, and I want to be able to get it, bring it home, and read it. So that's a very book I'm very excited. But the last book, let's be real, it's Wicked King. I don't think my friend Jen watches these videos, but she was able to get me a copy of Wicked King at ALA, and I'm so excited to read it. That is one of the books that I missed at BEA because I was online for something else. But I'm really, really excited about it. I'm getting it from her this week, I think. So I'm really excited to read that. I think I'm going to have to reread Cruel Prince to enjoy it to the fullest. But I will definitely be doing a readathon vlog about that. Maybe reading it in September, maybe August, we'll see. But overall, I really am excited for all these books. Let me know in the comments what book you think I should read next or I should add to my TBR for August, and I will try to do that. But I'll talk to you guys later.